Holding meetings in Microsoft Teams is one of its killer application functionalities, and it's a key thing on your way to collaboration success. But how would you schedule them? We all know and love Microsoft Outlook, Microsoft's premier collaboration tool, and has been for quite some time. But it's getting a new icon, as all the icons are within Office 365. And with that, you have to think, well, is it being refreshed to keep up with Microsoft Teams? Microsoft Teams is the contender for the crown of collaboration within the modern enterprise now. The old icon of white on blue is gone, and you've got a new trendy, more pictorial icon for the Office 365 icons. Gone are the old icons with the explanations in them. And here come the new icons, which have got shadows behind them. They look 3D. It looks slick. It's gone through a real transformation. These icons are now their tenant. But what does it mean to you in forms of functionality, looking at your mail, scheduling meetings? Well, let's take a look. Now we should all be familiar with Microsoft Outlook. Outlook's been around for many years and has been the collaboration tool of choice. However, there's been many iterations over the year. This, for example, is attached to Office 2016. Now, you may have a different version to me. However, it still remains the same, maybe using a completely different messaging client. You might be using the Lotus products, for example. However, it all remains the same in functionality. You can send email, you can reply to email, you can send mail to distribution lists or individuals. And now with APIs, you can plug in and access and even make calls from Outlook. But we're not here to talk about the functionality of Outlook. What we're here to talk about is scheduling Microsoft Teams meetings from this particular Outlook client. So what we can do is move down to the calendar at the bottom. You can see hovering over the calendar icon brings up a quick pop-up or toast, as it were, that will allow me to schedule a meeting on the ad hoc. From here, I can select a day, for example, in the future. So we'll go, say, for June the 24th. Click on that. You can see instantaneously in the bottom left-hand side of the screen, it shows me what meetings I've got on. Okay, if I double click on that, it'll take me directly into the scheduling application with the 24th highlighted. If we just close this down, go back to that icon, double click on that icon, takes me to the scheduling screen. So, typical stuff. If you've been using Outlook for many years, I've not told you anything new. But let's talk about scheduling meetings. So here we are on the 24th. We're going to do a double click. The subject, we're going to call it a sales meeting. Great. Now, if you had location rooms set up, and I don't on this tenant, you could typically add a room, for example. You could put in a physical location where you're going to meet. You could say, I don't know, the Bear Inn pub, table 4, if it was going to be a physical face-to-face meeting. But we're going to talk about Microsoft Teams here. And where you can have a hybrid version of Teams, where you can have people in physical locations and also people using, like in conference rooms, for example, using dedicated kit. You can have people join from all over the world, providing they've got a microphone headset and or, you know, a webcam. So we're going to talk about scheduling this meeting. So as you can see, we've got the scheduling assistant. We're going to say we want a Teams meeting. Although if you had Skype for Business deployed, you could have Skype. If you had other tools, for example, like Zoom or the Cisco WebEx situation going on, then you'd have an API for that. It's quite versatile, the Microsoft products. And there are APIs for all these new and different third-party tools. We're going to talk about the Microsoft stuff though, so we're going to say we're going to schedule a Teams meeting. Click. We're going to expand it to fit the full screen. And as you can see, my meeting details in here, it's a sales meeting. The location has changed to Microsoft Teams meeting because I clicked that icon. In the message body, I can still put in any sort of meeting description to discuss Q4 earnings. And there you go. Then you see we've got our link to join the Microsoft Teams meeting, but by clicking that, it would either open a browser or it would open the Microsoft Teams application. You'll be given a choice. You can then learn more about Teams as regards to the help, which is a really useful thing as well. It's no excuse for people to get into Teams. It's a really good addition of, you know, screen IP really to get that help out there at the bottom of every Teams meeting. And also you've got meeting options as well. So we're going to say 2. So we're going to put in here, you can either type people in free text. For example, if I press G, Archie Grady, or I can go to Scheduling Assistant at the top. Clicking on Scheduling Assistant lets me know when people are free by looking at their calendars on that particular day. Click back on Appointment, and you can go back and you can make any amendments and changes that you want to do. I've actually got all day selected. Click off that, and then you can schedule a particular time. So we'll say 10 to 12:30. That should be ample for us. Clicking on Schedule Assistant will block that off in blue temporarily, ready to see if everybody who we want to add is going to be free. So Archie Grady is free. We're going to put somebody in with the word H. We're going to say Alt K. Right, who are we going to put in here? We'll put Henrietta Muller in there, the developer. Okay, now it'll populate with Henrietta's calendar. She's free as well. There's no dramas. We can schedule this meeting. Now, as I mentioned, if you had meeting rooms scheduled, you could click on Add Rooms down here. Pop-up box would happen and your meetings rooms would be available. So if you've got your meetings rooms, put it into Microsoft Outlook, into Exchange, into Office 365 as resources, as meeting rooms to be scheduled, then you would add them in here. Okay, so it's a Teams meeting. So we haven't sent it yet, but we're going to do that now. So we're going to click on Send. Right, as you can see in the Outlook scheduling client, that meeting is in at 10 o'clock. We can click on it, we can edit it, we can send updates, we can see who has responded in regards to tracking set status. And as you can tell, no one's responded yet. So you can see who's going to go to your meeting, and you can cancel that meeting. And this is indeed a Teams meeting. Right, so great. There it is. What about the Microsoft Teams client then? There it is in Outlook. All fantastic. Does it show up in Microsoft Teams? Well, let's go into our Teams browser and into Microsoft Teams. Here we go. So if we check where we had our meeting, it was on the 24th at 10 o'clock. Into Teams, click on the meetings icon. We can go to the 24th. 10 o'clock, there it is, sales meeting. Now, by clicking on it, you can accept the meeting, and therefore it would update your attendance. You can say tentative, I might be there, might not be there, and you've got decline. Still, no dramas. We all know about this, but you can see at the bottom, join Microsoft Teams meeting. Clicking on this will now take you directly into the room, or you can join it when scheduled. So, all pretty easy stuff. Scheduling a meeting within Outlook. Easy. On to scheduling meetings within the Teams client. We've seen how to do it from a full-fat Outlook client, from the Office suite. Now, how do you do it in Microsoft Teams? Well, a couple of ways of doing it. You can just go to Meetings, schedule a meeting. That brings up the schedule the meeting aspect of things. As you're in Teams, it knows you want to have the meeting in Teams. You can type in your title, IT sales meeting. Location, well, you can have different building rooms. So we'll have building 2 rooms, find rooms in building 2 rooms, and off it'll go. We'll say, no problem, we'll have that room. And then that would be a physical location. However, you can also say, well, I'm going to have my meeting in there as well, right? But I also want it to be a Teams meeting with Teams stuff in there. So you put your details in your IT meeting for Q4 results. When do you want this meeting to happen? Well, we want it to happen on the 25th at 12:30. That changes for half an hour. You can say how long you want to have it, say 1.5 hours. And then you can click on your scheduling assistant. You can also say which channel do you want to meet in. So typically we want to have an IT sales meeting, perhaps in the IT channel IT team. So we click on the IT team here, Contorso IT. We'll say service strategy. We'll have the meeting in that, and we will add somebody. Right. You see at the bottom, we've got Microsoft Teams online meeting in red. Everyone can join online. We're going to type somebody in here with J. Couldn't find anyone. G. Miriam. We're going to invite Miriam. Let's have someone with S. No one with S. D. Yeah. Alan. We'll have him in there. And clicking on Schedule Assistant will show where the meeting is, and it'll show that people are free as well, and that the conference room is also free. But we're not really bothered about that because we could reschedule the room or have it online. So let's go back. You can also see as well that everybody is free from that section, which is a good way of doing things. Don't forget you've got full text editing options here to make your meeting stand out, and you click schedule. That goes off, schedules it, and away you go. Brilliant. Not a problem. So here we are in the Contorso team in the service strategy channel, and there's our meeting, which we can double click on join, or chat with all the participants in regards to this meeting. And we can say, do not forget to bring your sales reports for review. There you go. You can also do the app mentions, and we've mentioned all that in previous videos, so go check them out if you haven't. So great stuff. So we can go and we can take a look now. June the 25th, 12:30. Click on meetings. Let's just scroll over to the 25th. IT sales meeting in the conference room. There it is. Again, we can click on the join Teams meeting. The toll-free numbers there, along with the conference ID, local numbers. Again, learn more about Teams and meeting options as well. So it's only a single occurrence. We could view a series as the creator of the meeting, but we're not going to do that today. So there it is in Teams. Does it show up in Outlook? So let's fire up Outlook with our collaboration kernel profile. Let's click down here on our calendar. Click on the 25th. Click on all group calendars. Dismiss that box. We want Contorso IT. And here we go. We've got our IT sales meeting. It's populated from Teams into Outlook. And you can join either from the Outlook client, or you can join from the Teams client, or from a mobile device, or from iOS, or Android, or a PC, or a Mac. Now, this to join with voice and with video is available from Chrome and also within Microsoft Edge. Not available through Firefox as yet though, so that has to be noted. So that was how to schedule a meeting in Teams, how to schedule a meeting in the full fat Office 2016 Outlook client. How about scheduling a meeting from within the Office 365 admin dashboard or your particular dashboard and use Outlook Online. So here I am in my Office 365 dashboard. For those who use Office 365 on a regular basis and use this dashboard, you'll be familiar with this. You can see I've got the Outlook application here. Now you won't have some of these icons depending on your level within your enterprise. However, clicking on Outlook opens up another tab, brings up Outlook Mail, and here we go. Again, we have all the options to look at our meetings. Click on the 25th. There you go. IT sales meeting. There it is. Join the Teams meeting from here. All the links at the bottom. What it is, when it is, where it is. Join Teams meeting. You can put categories across this and make it a different color. Whatever you want to do. You can also reply, yes, I'll attend. So yes, I'll attend to that. So you can truly see the meetings are available across all platforms and all applications. But what about scheduling a meeting? Well, again, you can either click on a particular day when you want to schedule a meeting, and you can see the calendar is pretty full, and you can just double click that. That will bring up the schedule a meeting section. This is a football meeting. You can say, oh, I will schedule somebody who I know to come to the football. Patty Fernandez. When do I want to have it? At what time? Is it an all-day meeting, yes or no? You can look at time zones as well here, which is quite good. Do I want to repeat it? No, it's a one-off. When do I want to have it? Well, she's free at that time. Click on that, no problem. It will pop it straight in. Or you can select the time of your choice and schedule that with whenever Patty and yourself are free. You can then put your description in. A football meet. Use a bit of bold, some italic. Put a picture, put a Giphy in there. Why not? There you go. Make it a bit of fun. Do you want to have a particular room or location? Well, no. What we're going to do is we're going to make this a remote Teams meeting. We're going to click on the slider here. That's now a Teams meeting. And it's going to be on the 21st of the 6th, 2019. Let's get rid of the expressions. Now, response options. You can allow all of these. Clicking on the ellipsis, you can look at insights and any particular templates and get any more add-ins that you want. But you can see it's scheduling in there and everyone is available. Brilliant. We're going to click on send. There you go. If we look on the 21st, and let's click on June the 21st to get a better view of the whole day. We can see we've got the team meeting here. By clicking on this, looking over here, we can see this is a football meeting of 4:30. We can click on it. Toast pops up. Got the details. We can edit the meeting, join the meeting right from here. Brilliant. So, does this show up in our Outlook client? Click on Outlook client. Let's click that down. Here we go. Let's do an F9. Go to home. Send and receive. Send and receive all folders. Make sure it updates. There's the 21st. There you go. This is a football meeting. Double click. There's our little GIF of a guy shaking his hand. Join Microsoft Teams meeting. So it's populated already. Does this appear within Microsoft Teams? Well, you bet you it does. So, into our browser, over to Microsoft Teams. Let's check out our day. The 21st. So far, it hasn't come through yet. Here it is. I was on the wrong day. So this is a football meeting. There it is. Click on it. There's our GIF. Here's our meeting options. We can click on those. Who can bypass the lobby? New feature that's been introduced in Microsoft Teams. People within your organization can jump straight into the meeting and start collaborating. Or you can say only people in my organization and trusted can jump into it, or everyone can jump into that meeting. So say, for example, the other person, the respondent, was not in my organization, they would be held in the lobby by default. By clicking on this, they're straight into the meeting because, hey, there's no need not to get in there. No one's going to be talking about anything fruity. You know, it's just a meeting about football. But be aware about this. This is a function that has happened in Teams in the June update, and it allowed people to bypass the meeting room lobby, which I think is great. Okay, so there you have it. In regards to scheduling meetings, we've seen that you can schedule meetings in the full-fat Outlook client from Office 2016 and other Office iterations. We've seen that we can schedule and join meetings and edit meetings as well as we can in Outlook from within the Microsoft Teams client. And we can see any changes virtually instantaneously in the other solution, whether that be Outlook, whether it be Microsoft Teams. We've gone into Office 365 and Outlook Online, and we've scheduled a meeting, we've edited a meeting, and we've sent a meeting. And we've seen that all meetings are available in Outlook Online, Outlook, full-fat client from the Office suite of applications, and in Microsoft Teams. So it truly is an integrated collaboration solution for creating meetings. Thanks very much for watching this short demonstration on how to schedule meetings for Microsoft Teams in Outlook, Outlook Online, and the Teams client. Happy collaborating, like and subscribe.